פה אני עובר, ניצב ליד האבן. כביש אספלט שחור, סלעים ורכסים. ערב את יורד, רוח ים נושבת, אור כוכב ראשון, מעבר בית מחסיר. בבל וואד, לנצח זכור נא את שמותינו. שיירות פרצו בדרך אל העיר, בצידי הדרך מוטלים מתינו, שהברזל שותק כמו ראי. בבל וואד, לנצח זכור נא את שמותינו. בבל וואד, בדרך אל העיר.
Babel Wad. This song had a personal significance to Ada and Reuven. The song begins, "Here I walk, standing by the stone, a black asphalt road, rocks and ridges. The day goes down slowly, the sea wind blows." And the song ends, "Forever remember our names. Here sorrow and glory dwell together. Remember our names forever." It's an Israel independence song. On behalf of Reuven Geller, Ada's husband, Geor, her son, Stephanie, her daughter-in-law, grandchildren, Maddie and Asher, and the whole family, we want to thank you for being here today to honor the life of Ada Geller. I'm Rabbi Shulman, one of the rabbis here at HEA, and on behalf of myself, Rabbi Grunwald, and Eitan Cantor, our musical director, we welcome you here today. We are heartbroken by the tragic death of our beloved Ada Bat Rivka, whose life we remember today. In the words of the wisdom of Solomon, "A good person, though taken from us too soon, will rest in peace. For honor in old age does not come from length of life. Honor in old age does not come from length of years. Understanding is the gray hair of humanity. A blameless life is ripeness of age. Perfection in limited years is like living for many years. So a good person, though taken from us too soon, will rest in peace. Let us then, with peace of mind, let that good soul rest." I invite up Eitan to sing for us Psalm 23.
מזמור לדוד, אדוני רואי לו אחסר, בינו דשא ירביצני, על מי מנוחות ינהלני. נפשי ישובב, נפשי ישובב, יהלכני במעגלי צדק, למען שמו. כי אלך בגדולתך the gates of Mavet. Lo irara, ki ata imadi. Ivtecha umishantecha. Shivetecha umishantecha, Hema yenachamuni. Taroch lefanai shulchan, taroch lefanai shulchan, taroch lefanai shulchan, neged tzorerai. Dishanta beshemen roshi, Dishanta beshemen roshi, Dishanta beshemen roshi, Kosi revaya. Ach tov v'chesed yirdefuni kol yemei chayai v'shavti beveit Adonai. Veshavti beveit Adonai leorech yamim.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Ada, born Ada Reis, daughter of Rivka and Shlomo, was born on the road in a refugee camp in Bukhara, Uzbekistan in October of 1944. Her family fled Poland via Siberia to escape the Nazis and began a long journey to Eretz Yisrael, where she grew up in the city of Hadera. Young Ada loved to read, visit the beach, and appreciate nature and life, from the sunflowers to the sea. She became fluent in Tanakh and had a proclivity for both science and the arts. Ada served in the IDF and adored the people, foods, and culture of Israel. Ada's interest in the inner workings of life led her to attend Hebrew University in Jerusalem, where she earned a Bachelor's of Science in Biology. She then went on to earn a Master's in Physiology from Tel Aviv University. It was during that time that she met her beloved husband, Reuven, at a friend's wedding. It was truly love at first sight, literally. They were married just 4 weeks later. Reuven and Ada have always shared a close relationship, like two heads, but one soul. She was Reuven's partner in life and in business, running his medical practice when they later moved from Israel to Pittsburgh so he could pursue a residency in surgery and urology, and later a career as a urologist. They shared nearly 50 years of marriage together, and so often thought the same thoughts at the same moment. Their beloved son, Geor, was born while Ada and Reuven lived in Pittsburgh. Later, the family moved to Cleveland, then Scottsdale, and eventually to Denver, Colorado. Ada had many talents. She was a painter and a poet. We'll hear one of her poems later. She studied dentistry and computers, but she always put her family first. She loved her son with every ounce of her body and soul, just as she has loved her wonderful grandchildren, Maddie and Asher, with lots of hugs, extra desserts, presents upon presents upon presents, and unconditional love. Her truest and deepest smiles were often with you, Maddie and Asher. She crafted a life of love. Her immense creativity and curiosity flowed from an ikar, an essence of deep, holy, and clairvoyant love, ahava rava. As the opening lines of the prayer, ahava rabbah, say, as we say in the morning prayers, ahava rabbah ahavtanu, Adonai Eloheinu, chemla gedola v'teira chamalta aleinu. You have loved us, Adonai our God, deeply and showered us with boundless compassion. Ada loved those in her life deeply and showered us with her boundless compassion. Indeed, the final words Ada mouthed to her beloved Reuven were Ani ochavet otcha. I love you. We will forever remember Ada, who appreciated life's gifts and always shared them with others. With her incredible spiritual insight, she even imagined through her poems this moment, a time when her family would need to say goodbye to her physical presence. Ve'ani lo yodat matai. I don't know when my spirit will dim, she wrote in a poem entitled My Passing Years, which goes on to express, in a world orbiting on without me around, I will comfort him through the echoes of my sound, resonating in my lines with meaning beseeching him expound. Within his depths, psyche and mind, my ever-dwelling amidst his most profound. Ada's memory, Ada's blessings, Ada's love will always orbit around and within those who adore her. Within our depths, psyche and mind, ever-dwelling amidst her most profound. I would now like to invite up Ada's son, Geor, to share a few words and memories about his mother.
Before I start, thank you all for coming. Maddie's taking bets on how many times I cry. You can place them over here. Or McAdory's running the lines. I can't remember. I can't look at you. So, forgive me. Not so big and tough. Could use a heavy bag right now. Okay. On behalf of myself and my family, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us, HE and the rabbis for showing us such kindness and grace. I'm not going to give you a litany of achievements. She just went through some stuff, but I can expand a little bit with a quick synopsis. She was brilliant, excelled at school, accepted to law school in Israel out of high school. She chose to pursue the undergrad in biology and then the master's in physiology. Later, once married to the love of her life and heading to a new life in America with my dad, who's also brilliant. I'm not. He was starting his residency in America. She was accepted to Case Western for a computer program, which she declined. Went on to complete a year of dental school and finished at the top of her class. Now, obviously, after all these years, everyone realizes why I went to DU so many times, right? So why did she stop attending dental school? Because I arrived. No, Lindsay was right. Hi, Linz. Love you. I'm not allowed to punch things up here. Okay. Sorry, Dad. Yeah, during my dad's residency in Pittsburgh, she put her family and her husband first and her newborn son. She went on to be a mom, making our family the top priority. She ran my dad's successful practice in Arizona until they came here to be closer to me. But all the time she remained the boss, and all the while put herself and her wishes aside for ours. She remained in the cold weather of Colorado, although she would have rather been on the beach in Hadera or maybe Florida. That was up for debate. And then came my family, my wife Stephanie, our children Maddie and Asher, and boy, did things change. She went from just being my boss and my mom sorry. I was trying to keep it like 3 minutes. She was my boss, my mom, and then became a Safta, which is grandma in Hebrew, her best job. She loved being a Safta. Sorry. No.
Okay.
Spoiling our kids, telling me to shut up when I tried to stop her from giving them sweets at McDonald's all the time. Or when she didn't want one of the kids to be left out and it was the other one's birthday, she'd give them both presents simply because she loved them so much and didn't want any to have hurt feelings. She also liked to give presents on any day, like Arbor Day, Donut Day, whatever you want. Just any day she could justify making them feel special with gifts and treats and her love. Hi, Izzy B. And she changed, and with change, one thing remained. She was still the boss of the family. She was tough, disciplined, efficient, quick thinking, intentional, and expected nothing less from others than meeting or exceeding her expectations in business, friendships, and relationships. At times, many wouldn't understand why, but I do. If you did not do things to her level of expectations, then it wasn't acceptable. Nope. What are we at, like 10, Mac? Burger's gonna win the bet.
Come on.
All right. if you messed with our family, you would get a bull in a china shop, but she always did it with class. I didn't inherit that ability, as some of you know. There was no bullshitting her. Sorry. You see, we were kindred spirits from day one. Not even close. I am her carbon copy. We think the same, analyze situations the same, expect a level of decency from any and all, and if it's not met, then you wouldn't be in our lives. So we thank you for being here today. And for as tough as she was kind, loving, artistic, and proud of her Jewish heritage, traditions, and strong love for Israel. She loved Moses, the guy that parted the waters, more than she loved my dad and I. She loved to read and learn, as evident by their home being lined with books. She loved to paint and teach Maddie how to do art. She loved to listen to Asher and Maddie speak, inquire, and loved watching them grow. I'm almost there, guys, sorry. I know she'll be watching over them as the years go on. Thank you, Izzy. She'll always be their Safta, their guardian angel, ensuring they are safe. No, she will continue to protect our family. That's like 15. Who's got over 20? Mom, I will try to meet your expectations for the rest of my life. I'll try to be the best dad, husband, and son, and human being that I can be. I wish... Not allowed to punch. I wish I could have had more years of your advice, mentoring, love, but you will be with me, keeping me on course. That counts for two. One day when we meet again, I hope you're proud of me, and I'm sure you'll tell me all the things I could have done differently. Until then, I'll do my best to live my life how you would have. Would have wanted and expected me to live it, to make your memory a blessing, to teach my kids all you've taught me, and to honor your legacy.
I'd like to call up Maddie and Asher, Aiden and Ruben's grandchildren, to say a few words.
For you, Maddie. I'm the king. Ready? Okay, put it right there. Okay. Hi,
I'm Maddie, and this is my brother Asher, and we're the grandkids of Ada Geller.
We would like to talk about some of our favorite things about our Safta. Hi, I'm Asher, as my sister has already said. My 3 favorite things about her are: first, she always has backup food when I don't like the taste of something she makes. Second, she always gives me and my sister and me dessert 5 times every day. Third is her loving personality that made me love her even more every time that I saw her. I know her death meant peace that she will have for eternity in heaven with her family. I miss her so much, and I can't wait to see her again one day.
Is this working? Okay. Okay, so I'm Maddie. As I said, losing my Safta is a big thing to process, because she was more than a grandma. She was special, really special. Every time I would drive up to her apartment building, I knew she'd have cake, candy, ice cream, and so many more delicious treats. I knew we would talk, do art, cook, and so much more. She would always have some delicious dinner plan made with me or my dad. I do know she's in a better place, but don't exactly know. But I feel it in my heart. There's one thing that's true though. It's her neshama, which means soul or spirit, if you don't know. Her neshama is not on this earth in hurt and pain anymore. She is blessed to be in heaven with love, happiness for all eternity. Thank you.
And Safta, we miss you.
Okay, right down. So
Ada was like a mother to Stephanie as well, her Jewish mother. And Stephanie is going to share for us one of Ada's poems that she wrote in her anthology of poetry. This is a poem entitled Sunflowers, after the beautiful sunflowers that she loved around the world, but especially in Israel.
Sunflowers. Where I want to live at the very edge of a warm golden sunflower stretch. With them I'd blossom and sing all hymns upon dawn's renewal on light-drenched wings. If this space were also home to iris shoots with lilac domes and purple bloom with sweet perfume, my soul would revel brightly, free of gloom. And if near by shimmering violet fields, flowering citrus trees were shading daffodils, where golden shores are hugging deep blue seas, my soul would offer songs of praise, delighted, pleased. I wish to dwell suffused with smells of sunny bloom and seaside shells, in waves of praise to rock at dawn, to melt amaze at dusk as dusk moves on, amidst endless tints and hints of hues, twilight shades dyeing shimmering blues, mystified by a high noon bloom and ageless moon, with divine surrounds to be once again totally in tune.
Thank you. I invite you to rise as we sing El Malei Rachamim in Ada's beloved memory.
El Malei Rachamim Shochen Bameromim Hametzei Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei HaShekhinah במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמת עדה בת שלמה ורבקה שהלכה לעולמה. בגן עדן תהא מנוחתה. אנא בעל הרחמים, הסתיריה בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתה. אדוני הוא נחלתה, ותנוח בשלום על משכבה, ונאמר אמן.
El Malay Rachamim, exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of our Ada Bat Rivka, Ada Geller, who is gone to her eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May her soul be bound up in the bond of life. May she rest in peace, and let us say, Amen. You may be seated. Following the service today, the family invites you to Mount Nebo for Ada's burial. The address is 1100 701 East 13th Avenue in Aurora. Follow the police escort behind the family. Shiva will be observed at the home of Stephanie and Georg Geller, 6023 South Akron Way in Greenwich Village, today from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., tomorrow, Wednesday, from 4 to 6 p.m., and Thursday, September 1st, from 4 to 6 p.m. We'll conclude our service with one more song, and then we invite you to find your cars and join us at the burial. Thank you for coming today.
אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. שיבתי בבית אדוני כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם, בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו. לחזות בנועם, בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll ask you to remain in your places as we escort the casket and the family to their cars. If you'd like to join us in that procession, we'll ask you to return to your cars as quickly as possible thereafter. If you happen to run into the family using the restroom or in the hallway or just gathering their items, please allow them the opportunity to do so they can get back to their cars and on their way to their cemetery. If I can invite the family to follow us as we escort the casket out. I'm sorry, a word about the procession. If you'd like to join us in the procession, we'll have you line up northbound on Ivanhoe Street. If you're not going in the procession, we'll ask you to use Holly, just one block to the west, giving way to those who do need to line up for the escorted procession. If you are going to join us, please have your headlights on and your hazards on.